All right, guys, so it's a Signal King here breaking down another 1 to 4 trade call this week in the Signal group. Now, before I break down this trade and give you guys my complete strategy on how I took the trade, we're going to break down a loss that I took right before the winning entry. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. This is what I'm presented with when I come to sit down in the graph, right? I sit down at 8:30 and I do my analysis and I trade pretty much from 9 to 11. If a trade presents itself between like 8:40 to 9 a.m. range, I'll take the trade. But the point of sitting down at 8:30 is to have my analysis done by the time New York opens, right? So the first thing I do is if I'm trading right here, which is Wednesday, I mark my highs and lows, which the highs and lows and the previous highs and lows, you guys are going to see how this is key in the strategy, right? If you guys have watched the previous videos, you guys know how important this is to get our entries. So if we're trading on Wednesday, the high and low of day is going to be coming from one previous trading day, which is Tuesday, right? So we're going to mark this as the high of day right here, high of day, which is the highest point between Frankfurt and New York session. That is the key rules right there. It has to be between Frankfurt and New York session. It cannot be a point out of session here. You see how this is the lowest point in this day, but it does not count as the low of day because it is out of session. So the low of day here would be this area right here, low of day. And then now we need to mark our previous high and previous low of day, which is two previous trading days than the one we're trading from, right? So if we're trading on Wednesday, the previous high and previous low of day is coming from Monday. So this is the previous high of day right here. We mark this like that. And then we're going to mark the previous low of day down here. So this is the previous low of day. And then now the next thing we're going to do is a top-down analysis to identify where it is that we're going in the market, right? So we're going to the daily real quick, and we're going to see what the next target is for price. So checking this out right here, you guys can see that price gave us this big push to the upside, pulled back, push, pulled back, push, pulled back. Now, these pullbacks are not random. On the H4, these are pullbacks to areas of demand. Now, if we break this down here on the daily, you can see that this is an area of demand right here. They gave this previous contract candle created this push, price pulled back into this area, but you can see how it seems like we're breaking past it with this void to fill. So the next daily demand target is going to be this area down here, this area right here. We mark this as daily, and then let's go to H4 and see what we're working with. So we go to H4 and we take this out. Check this out. Look, what do we see here? Notice how we have equal lows right here. Whenever you guys see equal highs or equal lows, this is a clear indication that price is going to break past this area. What do I mean by equal highs or equal lows? Something like this. So these are equal highs. This right here. This is not going to get respected. Whenever you see something like this, equal highs or equal lows, very, very likely price will do something like this. Break past this area like this. Manipulate it like that. And then the previous contrary candle would be the true area of supply. Same thing with demand, right? So if notice how we have this area here, these equal lows, very likely price is going to break past this area. And the next target for demand, notice how this previous contrary candle is the one where we're reacting off of. So the next one, this one's already pulled back into and touched. It would be on the H4. We're working with this area right here. So we have daily and H4 right here. H4 right here. H4. Notice how it did not quite touch it right here. We didn't touch it here on the H4. So this is H4 and the daily demand. Next targets for price, right? So now we have our targets for price on the higher time frame. Notice how price is pretty much giving us a pullback. And now we can identify that this is the next area for price to pull back into. So we go to H1 and let's keep breaking this down. So if we go to H1, what do you guys see here? If we break, this is literally like the market is like a puzzle piece, right? So you just add the puzzle pieces together to see the vision clear. I literally enter off the M1 time frame, but you guys are seeing how I start off on the weekly, right? So everything is key to tie in the puzzle pieces together. So what do we see right here? So what do we see here on H1? H1, notice this area of supply right here. Now, usually I do not do what I'm about to do on my graph and have them all marked, but I'm going to do this so you guys can see how everything ties in together, right? So notice this H1 supply right here, previous contrary candle that gives us this push, price pulled back into, gave us this push right here. Now, what did price do right here? Price created a new area of supply right here on H1 right here. So area supply, push, new area supply right here on H1, this area right here, price is reacting off of it. We have these equal lows to take out. I told everyone in my Instagram story that these equal lows were going to get taken out. And this was the first target for price this morning, the previous low of day. And then once price breaks past the previous low of day, the next target is the daily demand, right? So now we just found our direction. We found our target. Now we just need our entry, right? So now we go to M15. We turn this on. And what do we have here? On M15, we could identify this area of supply right here. So check this out. this area of supply on M15 right here. We keep breaking this down. Notice how price is giving us indications that price is going to keep going down. Notice how we're creating areas of supply, pulling back into these areas and tapping them perfectly. You guys see how precise these areas are. So what do we have here now? Now when we come to sit down, we have presented this area of supply on M15 from London, right? This area of M15 supply. And then if we go to M1, now in our session, that's what we have right here. This M15 supply. I told everyone in the signal group and in my story that I was anticipating price to pull back into this M15 supply, get an entry confirmation on it on a lower time frame, and then we continue the sells, with this being the first target, and then this being the main target down here. I'm dropping a lot of heat for you guys, so make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys like this video and you guys are finding use of it. So we got to break these equal lows now, and then let's check this out. This is what price did right here. So let's break down the loss first, and then we'll break down the win. What do we have right here? Now here in our session, we have New York creating an area of supply on M1. This area of supply on M1 right here, M1, and then if we go to M5, we have the M5 in confluence with M1 in confluence with the low of day. So that is why I took this sell here first. This M5 in confluence with the low of day, in confluence with M1. So I sent the sell limit right here first, like that. Okay, so I used a 8-pip stop loss. So it actually looked exactly like this. And then we let the market do its thing. Notice how price literally blew right past us, right? Notice how price took us out. So as soon as price took us out, I had this area pending, right? And then on M1, as soon as we got stopped out here, I identified that price is reacting off of this area, and then I sent a new entry right here. All right, so check this out, guys. So when we got stopped out, I sent the re-entry here. Now let's break down this re-entry, right? So this is actually key here. I'm literally giving you guys course information for free. So check this out. What do you see right here? This is an M15 supply. Notice how here I sent the sell limit automatically because it's an area from our session created. We have M5, M1 in confluence with the low of day, so we don't need an entry confirmation. But now since this is an M15 supply by itself from 2 previous sessions, I want an entry confirmation on a lower time frame. Now what is an entry confirmation? Notice how price tapped this area on M1 and then created a new area of supply on M1 off of the M15 with this area right here. So I sent the market execution right here, and the trade looked like this. Now let me check the size stop loss that I sent on this trade with a 8-pip stop loss as well. So the trade looked like this. So check this out, guys. Now we're pulling back into an area supply from London, this M15 supply from London right here. We got an entry confirmation on M1, which entry confirmation is price created a new area supply on M1 off of a higher time frame supply. We're shooting for this first main target right here, right? The first main target, the previous low of day, and then after we break past the previous low of day, the next main target is the daily demand. So let's see what price does right here. So we pull back to M15 supply. We got our entry confirmation on M1. We let price do its thing, and check this out. You can see, let me move this a little bit faster. You guys can see that this is where the volume is coming off of, this M15 supply. So check this out. There, boom. Notice how price pretty much hits our take profit. And then now we're going to that the first target that I mentioned, that previous low of day. Notice how price pulls back, and then we tap it right there. So the analysis was on point. Everything was perfect. This was the first target for price, this previous low of day. We entered right here first, we got stopped out, and then the next entry was this entry right here with the M1 confirmation off the M15 supply. So you guys are seeing how precise this strategy is. I hope you guys take notes and take advantage of this. All right, so you guys are seeing how I just dropped this information for you guys. Now this information, it took me literally 6 years to acquire and put it all together, and I'm giving it to you guys for free. So make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe. And if you guys want to see these types of trades daily and this analysis, make sure you guys click the link below where I drop daily analysis breaking down these pairs and showing you guys where I'm looking to enter from.